Greetings from the library cave. I am Aspen Dracaena, your friendly neighborhood Ice Dragon Bookwyrm VTuber. I hope everyone is doing well today. It's kind of an interesting day for streaming because like all my friends and all these cool people are streaming right now, and a part of me is like, I want to watch other people stream. But at the same time, I made my schedule. I am sticking to my schedule, so I will stream tonight. I'm a little tired today for health reasons, but not bad health reasons. Just normal stuff, I guess. Today was very interesting. There's a snowbank outside of the dragon doctor's office. That is about 8 feet high. And it was blocking some of the parking spots for the patients. So somebody came by to plow it for us. And I had to watch the parking area to make sure nobody parked there while he was working. And of course, when my back was turned briefly, somebody parked right in the middle of the area where the guy was, doing his work. Luckily, he could get around the car, but I think some people just don't pay attention. I don't know. I think some people just don't pay attention sometimes. Anyway, yeah. So, let's get Okami started. Hang on a sec. Let's get this running. I'm so glad I'm done with Peppa Pig. Peppa Pig was... So, I think I've mentioned I've worked with small children. I've been a nanny. Playing that game was like chasing after kids all day. It was... I don't know. I just don't know. Anyway, we have Okami. Okami is nice. Okami is pleasant. We can play this and enjoy and not be concerned about strange children from Peppa Pig. We've been playing this for 15 hours and 37 minutes and 37 seconds. Just thought I'd point that out. Yes, I wish to load this data. So yeah, I'm thinking a bit about...
Hello there.
Oh, hi Mac, how you doing? I'm thinking a bit about what to add for the channel redemption points. Let's go there. Okay. I think... Oops. No, I want to do that. Okay. So I'm thinking I'll do like a really high level redemption to choose a game from my list of games. Ah, hola. Muy bien. Would it be E2? E2? Okay, so the irony... I have to share the irony of my situation right now. The patient that only speaks Spanish... he's fine now. He doesn't need any more treatment for the time being. So, yeah. I don't need to practice Spanish anymore. But I'm going to keep going. I think it's important. I think, it's really good for the brain to study languages. Especially because it's all about communication. So I'm just going to keep going. I might as well. And that will be nice because then I can practice with my sister-in-law. And I can try to get to the point where I can do some streams in Spanish. Which I think will take a long time. But I think it'd be kind of cool. So, it's worth. Or, what I can do? I can do a karaoke stream sometime and sing some songs that are in Spanish. That could be neat. Okay, so last time we were here, yes, so we went through this whole area. Trying to remember everything we did. I think the reason we exited was we did everything that we needed to here. So here, let's check the quests. Oh no, wrong button. F1 is the right button. So there's one where we have our quests. Here, we should probably do this, by the way. Our purse is fine. Let's increase our life energy. Nunca sabes cuando te... Okay. Nunca sabes cuando se tendrás otro paciente que solo habla español. You never know when you'll have a patient that only speaks Spanish. True. True. I mean, I think Spanish might be the it's possible that Spanish might be the second most spoken language in the United States. Remove say. Okay. So here, I'm gonna check something real quick, because I think Spanish is the second most spoken language in the United States. Let me take a look. Let's see. Most here, let's see. Most commonly spoken languages in the US. Okay. English, Spanish, and Chinese. So, yes, Spanish is probably the second most... Yeah, Spanish is the second most common language spoken in the United States. So it's a very useful language. Parts of the United States used to be part of Mexico. So, like, from Texas through, like, New Mexico and Arizona up into California all used to be part of Mexico. So it really makes a lot of sense that Spanish should be such a commonly spoken language in the United States. Yeah, California, absolutely. Uh-oh. I just lost... Okay, so in California, so I lived in California for years and years and years. And, a lot of the street names there, a lot of the city names there are in Spanish. A lot of the food there is influenced by Mexico, and California has its own, like, cuisine, like Spanish, like Mexican, South American cuisine. You know, you have Tex-Mex in Texas. You have what's the word? Mexicali food in California. So, all right, let's see. Princess Fusei. I can sense the presence of 3 remaining warriors. Allow me to mark their locations on your map. Canine tracker. Trust you and return. Okay. So, we do have to find... I think we have 2 more dogs to find. I think we found one of them. So that's good to remember. And let's see. Bestiary. We have... Oh, we have a lot of new villains. Okay. The Flying Imps. Okay. We have here... We have the Crow Tengu. Alright, often depicted carrying fans. Cut down thrown fans and be even quicker on the draw than them. Swordsmanship better than their own makes them leave in disgrace. Cutting tales speak of swordsmen cutting through their sword defense. Interesting. I'm gonna turn down this volume on my headset a little bit because it's a little loud. All right. Gi stands for duty. To remain firm in one's duties in each and every aspect of life. Bravery and duty go hand in hand. Bravery shows one what is right. The greatest form of bravery is that born from a sense of duty. Oh yes, we got the soul thing from Canine Warrior Gi. And Canine Warrior Tay. Tay stands for brotherhood. Brotherhood, brotherly affection breeds understanding. It allows us to be ourselves and accept our fate. Okay. Animal tone. Oh, pardon me. Alright, we have new friends, the raccoons. And the mouse, or the mice. We have 5 more little friends to find. Okay. Alright, so I think what we need to do... Oh, thank you. Gracias. We need to go back to the princess, I think. Because we have to bring the spirit energy back to the princess, I believe. Okay, so let's go. You do not have to sleep. Let's go say hi to the princess. Princess. Ooh. Oops. More things to dig up. I don't want to get into any battles right now. Did I feed these horses? I did not. Let's feed them. Okay. Yay, horse. ¿Cómo se dice horse in español? I should know this one. Burro? Burro? I think burro is donkey. My pronunciation, I can't roll my R's very well, and I really struggle with that. And I feel bad because I feel like I mangle Spanish a little bit due to not being able to properly roll my R's. But hopefully at some point I'll get it. Burro is donkey. Right. I might remember. I might. Okay. Let's see if we can find the princess. City checkpoint. Ah, Caballo. Caballo. Okay, I don't think I've been here before. I don't think this is where I want to be yet. Caballo. Okay, so what I want to do is find the princess. I think we go back that way. Why is it hiding behind that tree? Why is it hiding behind that tree? I think, is it over here. Or is that where the hotel is? Or the... Oh, I think we're going the right way. Whoop. Ba-doo. There we go. Kabling. Okay. Now, I think we're gonna go up here. Wait. Right? Tukusa Village. I believe this is where we're supposed to go. Alrighty, righty. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is where we need to be in terms of getting back to the princess. There we go. I know cat is Gato. And dog is Pero. Pero. I'm supposed to roll my R's there again. I struggle a little bit with that. Or a lot bit. I think I've only ever managed it once. To roll my R's. So if I managed it once, I can manage it again. It's just a matter of practice. That's kind of how I try to think about things. Like, if I can do something once, I can do it again. You know, it doesn't have to be a fluke thing. It just takes practice. Alright, Princess. Princess Fusei. Okay, here are all the dogs. Look at how lovely they are. Why, it's my favorite wolf and bug. Do you bring word of the remaining 3 canine warriors? Hey, who are you calling a bug? Anyway, about those dogs, well... It is alright, please find them, but do not endanger yourselves. I sensed they were outside the village. I wonder if they still are. Yeah, I already taught... yes. Okay. Cool. Alright. If only I had the power to break Crimson Helm's barrier myself. Okay, so I can't report back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, so I can't report back until I have all of the dogs spoken with. Lovely. Okay. You know, I haven't explored around here. I'll just take a look real quick. Oop. Hey! Why would you change that? I'm right here. Stray bead. Okay, at least it let me, you know, finish that. That is helpful. And that is good. Okay. Anything around here I should be looking at? Okay. Oh, there's something under the water. Okay, so, okay. Alright. I'm still gonna have to work on getting used to the water, but at least I know how to make use of that. Okay. Alright, and there was that little spot down there with the statues. Let me check that out. Did I just hear some chickens? I did. Alright, I already fed those too. And so, let's see, we have these. Oh, I guess we can feed the birds. Yes. Look at the little cutie. Alright. This is an interesting little area. People pray to these little guys for a safe journey. Look at all that moss. They must have been here forever. I don't see much moss at all, actually. But you know what? That's Eason for you. Let's see. Anything I can look at over here? Okay. Let's try this. Okay. Alright. Let's go up here. Wow, you can see everything from up here. So cool. Alright, what is this guy up to? Oh, I can feed a monkey. I think, do the monkeys eat the seeds or the grains? Now let's just try seeds. They do eat the seeds. Oh, yes. Okay. So yeah, I might keep it a little shorter today. Just because I'm a little tired. But, yeah, I still want to play. I don't want to make a schedule. Hi, Gaspin, how you doing? I don't want to make a schedule and not stick to it unless there's, you know, an emergency or something. Plus, Panda's gonna be here all weekend, so, yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's talk to this guy. I didn't think I'd be able to see it. My grandpa said he saw some kind of island floating in the sky. Surely that's impossible. A floating island? Interesting. My grandpa said there's a land up there called the Celestial Plain. That's where all the great gods are supposed to live. I don't know, though. It's all a bit far-fetched, if you ask me. Okay. Anything else? My grandpa said there's a land up there. Okay. It's just repetition. Alright. Let's see what's going on over here. Oh, one of these guys. Blockhead. Gaha! I am Blockhead. I guard this place so that all shall pass. Or not pass? Or wait, I mean, none shall pass. Hey, haven't I seen you before? What are you talking about? I am the one and only Blockhead. And those who would claim otherwise are in for it. Are you trying to break through my airtight defense? Ha! Impossible. Nothing can harm this body of mine. Oh, we know your secrets. Of course, there are those weak points of mine. A clean blow there would slay me in an instant. But I wouldn't be foolish enough to expose such a weakness. Now be on your way. None shall not pass. Alright, now you should feel my wrath. Okay. Oh, there's several of those. I think there and there. Hee, that tickles. Okay, I didn't quite get that correct. Now you should feel my wrath. Oops. Hey, Emmy, aren't you forgetting something? See those glowing spots in his body? You're supposed to aim for those, remember? Yes, I know. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hee, that tickles, but I got them. Now you shall feel my wrath. Okay. Go. That's not good. Okay. Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Like 1, 2, 3, 4. There we go. Huh? Were my weak points so obvious? I have failed, but let it be known I died a warrior's death. I got the spots. Okay. Let's see. Interesting. Kaboom. Ooh, bull horns. Decorative accessory wrought from the horn of a bull. And it looks like we've got some of these right here. Guess it's going to be a clover. Yep. There we go. And then... Oops. Wrong button. And another clover. Whoosh. Alright, nothing else in here? Well, that wasn't that exciting. No holes in the wall to make. Nope. Alright. All that work. Okay. Alright, so anything else up here just before I do anything? No. Oh, I can go up there. Can I? Oh boy. I guess if I... What? That's an awkward spot to get to. I think I'm just gonna not think too hard about that one. Or, you know what? Here. There we go. There we go. Okay. Nope. Button. There we go. Nope. There we go. Oop. Alright. Anything else up here before I go? That's down in the village below. Okay. Alright, let's go. Boing. was that not a straight enough line for them? Okay, well then, I'll just jump on. I'll just jump on. Maybe that'll work. And it did. Okay. Let's see. Oh man, yesterday at work. Woo! Okay, let's try that again. So in the afternoon, at the Dragon Doctor's office, we had a couple of young dragons. One who was about 5 years old, one who's about 7. And they were arguing so much. And I could barely do my work. It was crazy. Like, the older one was a little boy. He said, I am so mad at her. I'm going to punch her. About the little one. And I was like, child, you are in public. And you are threatening to punch a younger kid? Are you serious? Like, I don't know. Not a good thing. But yeah, it made it very hard to work for about an hour there. I don't think, have I gone in here yet? I think I did. But yeah, like, I don't know. Can you believe it? You know that good-for-nothing guy from Kamiki? After all that lazing about, he suddenly disappeared. Said something about going after a monster. A likely story. I did force him into doing some cleaning and other jobs, though. Good for you. Might as well take advantage. Yeah, it's kind of wild. Oh, hi, Ocha. How you doing? But yeah, it was pretty wild for a kid to say in public. Like, when I was a child and I was out in public, I behaved myself pretty well. But, you know, and I accept, you know, kids aren't perfect. But, you know, it was kind of appalling. Yeah, especially when a child is threatening a child that is younger than them. I was like, I need to keep an eye on these kids. I could not do any work. So, oh, by the way, just a reminder, everybody, Ocha's birthday is on Thursday. Ocha's going to have an extra long stream. It's going to be really fun. I'm going to try to watch as much as I can from the Dragon Doctor's office. But yes, everybody should join and go watch Ocha's stream. That said, in fact, its face looks more like a bear than the real thing. Right. Oh, I know what to do with this guy. Blink. You obtained Exorcism Slip S. Alright. Useful. Can I do that? I can! Oh, nice. Got some ink. Got some money. Can I go upstairs? I can. Ooh. Dun, 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 dun. Okay, I guess there's just one door I can go into. Can I? Enter? No? What about over here? Can I go through any of these? No. Any of those? No. Okay. There's probably something here that I can come back to. So I'll just wait on that. The birthday boy who's making bread. Ocha makes gorgeous looking bread. I'm gonna say this, like, you gotta see it. Ocha's bread looks beautiful. I've never made bread before. One thing I was thinking of doing when Panda's here is ask him if he wants to try making cinnamon rolls. Because I'm not used to working with yeast. And It'd be interesting to try. Oh yes, please post pictures of the bread in Discord. I think it would be really nice to see. Okay. Can I speak with them? Alright. I was talking so much today that my throat's as dry as a bone. I know that at the end of stream. I'll talk up a storm tomorrow, too. No one gossips better than me. Okay, how about our friend here? Gourd farmer. Yep, you can't beat one of Bamboo Cutter's baskets. Look, it doesn't matter how much I put in it, it never overflows. Looks like this craftsmanship is lost on you, huh? But it's a world apart, I tell you. Look closely and you'll see. Oh, I'm sure it's fantastic. Oh, let me see. Can I do this? Ooh. Nice. Yeah, so I feel like tonight's just gonna be pretty chill. I'm just gonna relax and... Oh, feed. Let's feed our little... they might like... No. Okay. There we go. We'll give the pigs some seeds. Look at her little oinky friends! So I've heard that pigs are quite smart. I have not... So when I worked on Human Older Brother's farm, I was not dealing with pigs. I'm very curious about them, though. I hear they are exceptionally smart. I'm trying to think, what are the dumbest animals that I had to deal with on the farm? I honestly, I think it's the turkeys. But they're dumb and they're not nice. But sheep are pretty clever. And let's see, cows maybe. Cow. So there were 2 cows. There was a female cow and a calf for a little time on the farm. And they were pretty nice. There wasn't anything too exciting about them, but they were nice enough. Okay. Ooh, yummies. Oh, wait. Nice. Okay. Let's talk. I was chatting so much during the day that I've lost my voice. I need to give it a rest now. I know that feeling again. Alright, small child, speak to me. They're out! They're out! The flowers are out! I gave them water every day, you know. I'll give them more tomorrow, too. Can I do anything over here? No. Okay. Do, 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 do. Yeah. Just gonna wander around a bit. Okay. Oh, what are they talking about? How much longer is this going to go on? Husa Village is famous all over for its divine wind. And yet now it's stopped blowing, and we're in a terrible mess. That wind is our livelihood, and the air is foul without it. Oh, is there really nothing that can be done? Come to think of it. Okay. Alright, now, Susan was back here. And then, I think because we had, I had not saved properly. I think I missed a few things. So I just want to make sure I got everything that I wanted to get. Let's And it doesn't hurt to get more yen. Alright, did I feed these? Yes. And what about this friend? Kamuso. Ah, you're the white wolf I saw back in Kamiki Village. I'm traveling the land to spread the good teaching of Buddha. There seem to be so many places in need of guidance. I can feel it here, too. A sinister coldness in the air. You have to be on alert at all times. Like now, behind you! Oh dear. Great. So I get to go to battle. That was quick. I did it! Humans are not witness to such battles, but I saw it. The fighting went on for exactly 28 seconds. Okay, I guess that's good. I guess that's good. Okay. I think we're done up here. We already went in there. That's where the dog was. We don't really need to go back. We fixed that. Okay. Alright. Let's go. Just make sure we did everything up here too. Oh, feed. Yes. Yes, use. Okay. Got the bird. Yes. It's Ocha's birthday is Thursday. Ocha's birthday is Thursday. Yeah. You know, one of the cool things that Ocha has now is a smudge cam. I think it's so awesome. I'm like, what can make a stream better? Having a cam of your cat in the corner of the screen. You know, because it's important to have cat supervision at all times, right? Oh, there's something there. See that? Wait, can I scratch it up? There we go. Woohoo! Stray bead. Okay. All right. So our friend is not here. Now cut that out. Don't get a tummy ache eating stuff like that. Okay, fine. Fine. Oops. Alright. So I feel pretty confident we got everything that we were supposed to in this area, I believe. Let me just check around the back. That was the tree that we cut open. Got some more. Is there anywhere else that we needed to look? All right. So that was down below. Okay. So yeah, Panda and I are trying to decide what we're going to stream when he's here. Because he and I both have Switches, and I need to see what it will be like for me to hook up my capture card so that I can, you know, stream from my Switch. And, yeah, so we'll check that out. Okay, little girl, what's going on? She's very happy about the flowers. She'll keep watering them. Good for you. I think I'm getting low on seeds, so I'm gonna buy some more. Alright. Yes, I want to buy some more seeds. I have plenty of money. Oh, the infinity... Oh, the infinity judge. I think I'm supposed to get this. I think this is what Monster Mama recommended. I am so glad. Because I have enough for it. Woohoo. Okay, then there's a pinwheel. We can get a pinwheel. Mermaid coin. To teleport to other locations. Let me get a mermaid coin. I think it'll be useful to at least have one. And I think I won't worry about the seeds right now, because I do have some. So I have 15 fish, 10 meat, 16 herbs, 7... Yeah, I'll be okay. And I can sell some things. Wait. I found... No, I don't want to sell tools. Treasures. I found some vase. Okay. We can sell that. Now, if Monster Mama was here, I would ask her what her thoughts were about these. Because I think you're able to just sell them. As long as you have a record that you found them, that's all that matters. You know, but... Yeah, I'll just leave it be for now. For now. Whenever Monster Mama stops by again, I will ask her about that. Oh wait, no, let's start a new save file. Yes. How many saves do we have? Alright, so right now we're just on the search for the dogs. I think that's pretty much what's going on. It'd be funny if one of the dogs turned out to be Ocha. Okay, so let's look at this map here, again. Alright, so that's the map for Taka Pass. So I need to go out and head east and north. Okay. Alright, let's see. East and north. Oh, look, I got more seeds. See, I didn't even need to buy them. Monkeys are good. Alright. Okay. Okay, so there is this girl here. And I think we spoke to her, but let's... Alright, Spring Girl. If you throw a mermaid coin into the water, a path will open up. And if you jump in, you'll be whisked away to another spring. Mermaid springs are like a path to far-off loved ones. Never mind. Okay. Oh, yes, we can slash. I think. Oh, I am not aiming well. Okay, wait. No. What about... Can I bomb it? Okay. Mirror. Mirror. Okay. Forget it. Forget it. Alright, and that is what... Okay, we've already been over here. Cool, cool. Okay. So, I think... Down here is where we entered from. Knowing me, it'll probably take about 12 years to finish this game. But that's okay. I'm enjoying myself. That's what matters. If you ever learned anything from me, it's that if you're playing a game, you should enjoy yourself. That's what's most important. Sorry, I might have had an urge to call up Let's Sing and do some karaoke. How are you doing, Digi? I'm surprised you're not over watching Panda's stream. He's streaming Civ 7 right now. And it's fine if you want to go. I'm not gonna be like, no, you have to stay. I'm not that you know. I feel like the success of my friends is the success of all of us. Ooh! Oh, look up there. Look! Up there. No, he doesn't usually do Tuesdays. Yeah, but today, I think Civ 7 was released today. So that's why he decided to stream tonight. That's fine. You can definitely show him some support too. He's really excited about it, actually. He was trying to decide today if he was going to stream Civ 7 or Civ 6 because he wasn't sure if he'd get his paycheck. So, but it came in, so he was able... Okay. At some point, I'll be able to do something about those things. I'm sure of it. Alright. Okay. I think we're good here. Oh, wait. Examine. Did we examine this? This smells gross, just like those spooky old bags. Okay. So we rescued the cute little plushy bird girl. Till the next one, and a happy early birthday. Yes, I've been dying to see him play. Sorry to jump early. No, no, no. Please. I actually have his stream running on my tablet right next to me. So please, go and give him some support. Tell him I said hello. I am totally fine with that. Okay, so I think we did all of that stuff over there. So if we go this way... There was... Alright, so we've got a sign here. Alright, right to Sasa Sanctuary, that's where we start from. Straight to City Checkpoint. Okay, maybe we should be going to the City Checkpoint. Because I think we finished it, Sasa's Sanctuary. And it looks like there's something over here. Those are the horses we fed, yep. Okay. What's going on here? Oh, okay. Well, here, let's do... There we go. Oh, and there's some foxes. What do the foxes eat? I can't remember. Were they weren't fish? No. Meat. Okay, we've got some foxes. All right. See, now I can see that Digi went over to Digi went over to Panda's stream. All right, let's see. Oh, yes. Got another tree here. Whoop. Let's get our fruit. Oh, look. Look. We've got something we can dig. Nope, a little further. Alright, so we're on the ad break now. So I'm gonna take a quick break. Alright, I will be right back. All right, ad break is up. Let's go here, there we go. Just need to turn up the volume on my headphones. Let's go talk with this guy. There. There it is. My pendulum's calling out to me. The treasure must be buried here. What are you staring at, Pooch? Want to help me dig up the treasure? My pendulum showed me where it was, but I've completely lost track of where that was now. There must be some kind of clue around here somewhere. Gosh, what do you think it is? What do you think it is? There must be some kind of clue here. I don't know, you guys. Wait, where'd it go? No! supposed to go back there? We're supposed to go here. Alright, let's try again. There we go. What? No? Can I go scratchy scratchy? No. Wait. What other options do I have? Hang on a second. So, tools. Ow, I just hit my toe against my desk. Golden peach, gold dust. So we've got a canine tracker. Okay. Alright, so. Equipment. Alright. Now let's see. Ink bullet power, reflector, judge's evil. Okay. Back. I think what we need is up here. So, I have water spout. Alright. We have sunrise, rejuvenation, power slash, cherry bomb, bloom, water lily, vine, and water spout. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure those will be helpful. I'm not sure any of those will. Sunrise, rejuvenation, cherry bomb is not working. Bloom, maybe bloom. I can try bloom. Okay. You can try bloom. Does nothing. Whoosh. Wait. Nothing. Okay. I'm sure I'll figure that out at some point. But I think it's time to fight some monsters, so let's go. Wonderful. Okay, wait. I should switch equipment. Main. There we go. Okay. Back. Alright, so. There we go. Yeah. Oh, not this guy. Not you again. Not you again. Alright. Let's go, let's go. No. There we go. Okay. Cool, cool. All right. Nice. Okay, we've got a little grove here. Very cool. And now we can feed the deer. Nice. Okay, so they're There we go. We've got more deer friends. Our dear friends, the deer. That is really freaking cheesy. I am so sorry. I am so sorry for being a complete cheeseball. Okay. Let's see. Alright, I'm just putting back on my compression gloves. I just really do not want to have to deal with the pain that I had the other day. I don't know where that pain in my wrist came from. It does not hurt now though. But, you know, I don't want to risk that. Okay, anything else I can do over here? Ah, another tree. Oh, the deer are happy. They bowed to me. Oh, that's so sweet. Okay. Anything over here? I think I might want to wait until nighttime. So this will light up again. Okay. Because it looks like it's going to be nighttime soon anyway. So... there we go. Now... let's see. Is it going to glow again? Why did it... it glowed the first time. Do I need to speak with him again? Want to help me dig up the treasure? My pendulum showed me where it was, but I've completely lost track of where that was now. There must be some... So wait, why did it light up before and not now? And that's very strange. Okay. I'm gonna go up here. Anything? No. Of course. Figures. Alright. Woohoo. Very easy. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Alright, so what have we got going on up here? What have we got going on up here? So we've got the pond over there. We've got this one up here. Okay. Anywhere else? Yep, we can jump up there. No. Alright. So there is... can we cross? Ah. Okay, I think we saw this one before. Can we cross on the... Nope, we can't. Okay. So there's probably some way with the wind, maybe, to get up there. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's go up. Let's go up. Haha, avoided you. Alright. I might play for just a little bit longer. I kind of want to actually see what Civ is like over on Panda's stream too. Oh, the difficulty. The difficulty of streaming and wanting to watch the streams of my friends and loved ones. Okay, we've got some daylight. Okay, so we've got a new area here. Let's speak with these friends. Hey there, Pooch. You hoping to head over to the city too? I'm afraid no one's going anywhere with a big drawbridge like that. Even the checkpoint guards don't know why it's being raised. I bet there's something a bit fishy going on. Okay. What about you? Oh, he has more to say. Hang on. Hey, you understand what I'm saying, eh? Want me to let you in on a rumor I heard? Ooh, rumors. Apparently, there's some mysterious illness in Cyan City. Cyan City, I guess. I wouldn't normally believe that kind of rumor, of course. But thinking about when I first heard it, well, it was right around the time the bridge was raised. If the rumor's true, then I guess there's no hurry to leave here. Alright, what does she have to say? Mrs. Pine. Oh, what a cute little doggy. Are you stuck here too? That big bridge over there? People call it the Big Drawbridge. It's what links Taka Pass with the city. As you can see, they keep the bridge raised these days, though. I wonder what's going on over in the city. Interesting. So there's something going on in the city. Oops, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. That was a slip of the finger. And we have a salesperson. Oh, what a pain. Now that the big drawbridge has been raised, I can't get home. I heard Queen Himiko had issued an order to close off the city. But why would she give orders like that with so little warning? I suppose I'll just have to sell my goods here for now. You haven't been sent to do the shopping, have you? Let's see, what can I buy? Alright, so mermaid coin. Typical stuff. Okay. Yeah, I don't need... no. Anything back here? Ooh, what's this? Looks like graves for travelers who didn't make it to the city. What a pity. May they rest in peace. Oh, look what we have. A tree to heal. Whoosh. Nice. Very cool. Okay. And we have... Hey, look at this old well. This must be where that tea house over there gets its water. Alright. Okay, these two look interesting. Let's read the sign first, though. Big drawbridge. We gotta cross this drawbridge to get to Saiyan City. But it looks like the drawbridge is up right now. Yes, we know this. Okay. So there's an archer here. Who? What? Oh, ahem. This is the checkpoint for Saiyan City. This big drawbridge is the only way in or out. But no one is allowed into the city right now. That's an absolute order from Queen Himiko. Say, you know the phoenix statues that protect this checkpoint? Well, they burned the sacred flames that drove away evil. But they suddenly went out one day. Now I'm afraid monsters are gonna sneak up on me when it gets dark. The sacred flame should never go out. Maybe that rumor is true. Okay, so there's sacred flames. I feel like my next skill will be related to flames. Alright, hey Yoichi. Hello there. What's the matter, Poochie? Why the sad look? You'll never get anywhere looking like that. It's bad luck. I'm Yoichi, the greatest archer among all the city guards. Alright. Holy smokes, that's some bow you got there, mister. What's this? You brought a friend along with you, Poochie? This is my trusty bow, Golden Fire, the most powerful in all the land. Guarding is rather dull work, so I pass the time practicing archery. I'll show you what I can do. Watch this. Oh, wow. Wow, bullseye. Pretty good, eh? Here's not a target Golden Fire and I can't hit. Now, my friends, why not have a bite to eat and relax a bit? Alright, so... what's over here? Right. Oh, there's some more of these little praying statues. Wow, this statue looks really old. It's one of those statues meant to protect travelers. Okay. There's another statue. Mother Tree. Scroll drawn by wandering artist contains useful information about the Mother Tree. Okay. Look, there's a little statue here. It looks kind of sad all alone in this remote place. Okay. Oh, friends! Okay, these guys like seed, I think. Yay, more boar friends! So cute. Okay. Something behind there. So, can I... There we go. Is that another seed bead? Stray bead. Alright. Somebody's boat. Oh, there's some raccoons. Alright, do they like seeds? Yes? No. I think they like fish. There we go. Raccoons like fish. I have to remember that. Okay. I'm gonna sneeze. Goodness. Okay. Boing. Obtained exorcism slip S. Okay, hang on just a sec. So, human mother's so cute. I think she calls on the phone a lot because she gets lonely. Even though she's over at her boyfriend's house, and she has company right there. Let's see. What's over in this area? Oh, look. Look, look. Whoosh. I feel like today is like side quest day. It's side quest day. Oh, here's another thing to dig up. Alright, another stray bead. Okay. We found a lot of chests here. That's pretty cool. Is that a little culvert under there? It is. I wonder if at some point we need to go through there. We got these little friends, okay. And there's the dock. Okay. Interesting. So I guess there's ways along this river. All right. So my thought is next time we're gonna try to figure out that drawbridge situation. Alright, nothing over here. Alright. So, I'm gonna end a little early, but I think this will be good. I'm going to save right here. I think this will be a good point for next time. Yes. Alright. So, I am going to sign off for the night. Let's escape here. Return to title. Okay. Yes. And we're going to close out the game. Yeah, so I'm probably just gonna... We can go send ourselves over to Panda playing Civ, because I'm very curious about the game since it's the day that it was released. So let's see. I'm not just sending you guys over to him because he's my boyfriend. Oh my god. I'm not that crazy. But I do like to support my boyfriend because he's my boyfriend. You know. Of course. But yes, we will go ahead. Let's see. Okay. Where is... What? Okay. Stream manager. There we go. All right. So let's get set up for Panda Hero. All right. We're going to go over to Panda because Civ looks very interesting. Yeah, I hope you all have a good night. I am sorry it was a little shorter, but I was feeling a little grumpy today, a little tired today, so I think it's good for me to, you know, just have more of a chill stream tonight. I will see you guys tomorrow. I will be playing Final Fantasy XIV because I won't be able to do that on Friday. So, I will be streaming tomorrow. You are very welcome to join in tomorrow at 8 o'clock, or 8 o'clock my time, Eastern time. So, whatever that translates into, wherever you are. And, yeah, I'm really looking forward to seeing what Panda and I decide to do on Saturday. Because I have no clue, and I don't think he knows either. We'll figure it out as we go. All right, so have a wonderful night. Here, I'm just going to switch over here real quick. Get my wings back. I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully. And let's just go say hi to Panda and see what Civ 7 is like to see if there have been any improvements to the game since Civ 6. So, have a wonderful night, everybody. Bye.